Welcome to the Kayla Lee Show. We're about to leave behind those old school beliefs and those low vibe limitations that lead you to exhaustion and to burnout as you grow your business. Together, we will explore how you can 2x your revenue in the next 90 days, how you can reclaim back 10 plus hours of your week, how you can rapidly create a multi-6-figure business or a 7-figure business in less than 12 months. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome to this episode. I am so excited. I'm going to be introducing you to a hack that I have implemented in my business and I help my clients to implement in their business because it's the secret to getting more done in less time. When I didn't implement this, when I didn't implement what I'm about to share with you in this episode, I found that I would be so paralyzed by my to-do list that I wouldn't even do anything. I would just look at it and somehow 3 hours would go by and I'd be like, well, what have I done? I've done nothing. And then what would happen is I would fall into the trap of the negative vortex and I'd start judging myself because I didn't do anything and I achieved nothing. And it's like my to-do list would still be as long as what it was 3 hours ago. And then 3 hours had passed and I was like, what the fuck have I done? Well, that happens when we don't understand and we don't have clarity on our big vision and we don't have clarity on our weekly vision and we don't map out our tasks. When we don't have time management, when we don't have boundaries around our needs, when we don't understand what are the actual tasks that we need to do in our business on a week-to-week, month-to-month, yearly basis, we really struggle with keeping up with all the necessary tasks in our business, but we most likely struggle with actually achieving the goals that we desire to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months. Have you ever been here? Have you had a vision in your business where you're like, I'm going to launch education, I'm going to build my team, I'm going to expand, and then it's like, you're immobilized and you're paralyzed by the idea of, well, where the fuck do I start? And if you have a list on where to start, you're immobilized and paralyzed by the fact that you haven't even got room in your calendar to actually lean into business development, to lean into implementing your to-do list, to lean into ticking the boxes of the tasks that you need to tick to achieve the goals and desires of your vision in the next 6 to 12 months. Does this resonate with you? Have you ever procrastinated your to-do list because all of a sudden cleaning your wardrobe and tidying your kitchen was so much more important than actually doing the thing that you desire? Have you ever found that your week just passed and you're like, oh wow, I did nothing except for servicing clients, supporting their needs, responding to emails, and being a mum? And have you ever started the new year with this incredible vision where you're like, I am launching education. This is it. This is the year. I've done it. I've been thinking of it for 2 years now. And then 6 months goes by and you're like, well, still here. Winter. Wow, it's winter now. That would have been a great time for me to actually launch into my education because right now is when everybody's looking for upskilling their hairstyling and their makeup, yet I didn't take the steps necessary because I didn't manage my time. Well, I'm going to introduce you to a concept which has quite literally blown my mind and helped me to rapidly collapse time and achieve greater levels of growth and success by doing more in less time. This is called Tiger Time. So it's a concept that I introduced to my expansion mastermind and my VIP clients, and it's a concept that I use all the time. I strategically map out and time block my weeks. I know exactly what tasks need to be done in my business on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. And because I know what those tasks are, I make room in my calendar and I take responsibility and I take accountability and I get that shit done. I also manage my growth. I know exactly at what stage of the year I'll be launching something new. I know exactly what new program or course I'm going to be launching. I know exactly when I'm going to be launching expansion. I know exactly when I'm going to be launching new VIP experiences. I know when I'm going to be launching done for you experiences in my business. And that is because I have a growth plan mapped out for the next 6 to 12 months. It's 12 months. So because I have that growth plan mapped out, I know exactly month by month what boxes I need to tick, what courses I need to launch, what courses I need to create, what marketing I need to create, and what content I need to create that momentum and to create that growth, but most importantly, to achieve those desires that I've set out for my goals for that year. So beautiful. How far in advance do you look into your business? Do you look at your business in the next 6 months and think, oh my gosh, that's it, I'm launching education? And do you actually stick to that growth? Do you stick to that accountability? Do you stick to actually taking the action? And more than that, do you actually map out the time that you need in your week and in your month, your tiger time, so that you can actually create that vision, so that you can actually make that dream come true? Or are you very reactive in your business? Do you have this vision, you write it all down in January, and then February goes past and you're like, well, I'm so busy, I have no time. March goes past and you're like, I am still so busy, it's wedding season, peak wedding season, and I'm freaking out. April comes and you're like, oh, thank God it's starting to slow down. May comes and you're like, wow, it's almost June and it's winter and I've done nothing. Because every time you look at your diary or every time you look at your calendar, you cannot see time there available for you to actually work on growing your business. You cannot see time there available for you to manage the everyday management of your business, your invoices, your sales, your client experience, your marketing, your content. Everything in your business needs to be mapped out so that you can make space in your calendar and your week and your days to ensure that you can get the things done. In my Tiger Time, I like to map out the tasks that I need to achieve on a month-to-month basis. I also map out the tasks that I need to achieve on a week-to-week basis. And then I map out what my week tasks are going to be. So for example, I always encourage my clients to have at least one task that they want to achieve on a day-to-day basis. And that day-to-day basis will build what their goal is on a week basis. Each week will build a goal that they have for that month. So it's like you're breaking down your 12-month goal into a 6-month goal. You're breaking down your 6-month goal into a 3-month goal. And then you're breaking it down into a monthly, weekly, daily goal. So that way, each day you wake up, you tick a box of a necessary task that's going to absolutely help you achieve the goals and desires that you have for your business this year. This Tiger Time concept will stop you from getting 6 months down the track and literally looking at your calendar thinking, what the fuck have I done? I still have not achieved the goal that I desired to create in my world 12 months ago. Time management is one of the most crucial things to accessing and achieving more in less time. When you sit down at your computer and you already have mapped out the tasks that you have for that day, or you've mapped out the goals that you have for that week or the goals that you have for that month, when you know exactly what you want to achieve on a week-to-week, month-to-month basis, it means that when you sit down at your computer, you have direction. When you have direction, you will get more done in less time because you don't even allow space in your week or your day to account for procrastination, to account for doubt, to account for second guessing or lack of confidence. If you sit down and you have 3 hours in your day and you're like, oh, what am I going to do with that 3 hours? I'll just make my way through my Facebook and respond to notifications. I'll make my way through my emails and respond to clients. And then I'll do all of the reactive day-to-day tasks in your business. and you'll miss out on doing the tasks that will actually move your business forward. If you map out your 12-month vision, if you map out your 6-month vision, if you map out your monthly goals, if you map out your weekly goals, if you break it down into time blocking tasks, you will absolutely achieve more in less time. You will find yourself not fiddling around on social media, mindlessly scrolling, and you'll find yourself actually taking action. And it's when you take that accountability and when you take that aligned action, you will absolutely reach your goals faster. This is the concept that I've introduced into my expansion mastermind, and it's quite literally one of the biggest challenges that my clients have. This is when they struggle with time management and they get to, 5 months into expansion, they're like, holy fucking shit, I have done nothing and I've achieved nothing yet and now I'm freaking out. Well, it comes down to time management, time blocking what your needs are in business. If you need to allocate, if you know that it takes 3 hours each week to manage your admin, then the quickest way to creating that growth in your business is to allocate 3 hours of your time each week for admin. I like to time block my weeks based on activities. So say, for example, you could time block a Monday is for CEO day, CEO and business development. Tuesday is for marketing and sales. Wednesday is for clients. Thursday is for clients. Friday is for clients, and Saturday is for clients. That is the way that you could map out and time manage what your necessary tasks are in your business to support the growth of your business. One of the first things I ask my clients to do in expansion is to actually become a tiger. Like, quite literally, it's like, I'm a tiger. It's literally the thing that is now well known in expansion is like, become a tiger around your time. Become non-negotiable around your time. Become so protective of your time that it doesn't matter who asks you something. It doesn't matter if a client is like, oh, Kayla, could you fit me in for a blow dry on this time? And I look at my calendar, I'm like, no, sorry. I'm actually growing my business in that time. I have become so ruthlessly protective of my tiger time, of my calendar, of my week, that it will take a lot for me to make a change because I'm committed to my business growth. I'm committed to my clients' business growth. I'm committed to my brides, and I'm also committed immensely to my family. So the fact that I have that commitment to my family means that I will absolutely never allow a client to encroach on my values as a mum. If they request a time or an appointment that goes, crosses the boundary of my values as a mum and the time that I'm working, it's a hard no. If a client says, I need to reschedule my appointment, can you do a Tuesday and that's my marketing and sales day, that's my business development day, then that's a hard no. It's just a hard no. And I guard my time like a fucking tiger. And this is how I've accessed more in less time, because when I show up in my business, I am strategic and I am intentional and I have a purpose. I don't start my day thinking, well, I've got 6 hours today. What am I going to do? Every day I wake up, I know exactly what I'm doing because I've mapped my week out. Monday is CEO day. Tuesday is sales and marketing. Wednesday is clients. Thursday is clients. Friday can be a wedding or CEO day. It depends, right? So it's like, how can you map out your weeks so you know exactly what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, so that when you show up in your business, you're showing up with intention and purpose and strategy, and you're not just showing up to mindlessly scroll Instagram or Facebook. It's like the quickest way that you can access greatest level of growth and actually take the steps that you need towards your vision that you desire in your heart for your business is, how can you intentionally show up in your business and actually map out the time that you need, like a fucking tiger, to actually implement the steps that you need to create that level of growth in your business. Without a clear list of tasks or a time frame that you want to, create that growth in or complete that task in, it's easy to get distracted, right? So to overcome that paralyzed, immobilized, procrastinating habit that we all fall into is to actually map out your day, to create one goal each day, one task each day, and then to map out your goals for the week, and then to map out your goals for the month, and then to map out your goals for the next 6 to 12 months. I can promise you that when you become a tiger around your time, when you become a tiger around your needs in business, when you become a tiger around the boundaries that your clients can come to you for, or the hours that you're available for, or when you become like a tiger around the time that's family and business, it's like, watch everything flow out from there. It's like, when I had my babies, it honestly was when I had my babies that this really landed for me, because I, up until then, was working evenings doing after hours, like color and cutting. And I would hear my babies crying and I was like, this is the last place that I want to be. I don't want to be in here doing colors and cuts because my baby's out there crying. And I just realized I had a moment where I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? This is not even what I want. I was going above and beyond what my own needs were for my own family, and it was to make my clients happy. And it was in this moment that I realized I have got it all wrong. I have not even valued my own needs. And this started to show a lot more when I had my bubbers and I was building my businesses, and I have a fucking rocket in my tummy. Like, I'm on fire with the growth that I'm going to be creating in my businesses this year. And I started to realize that the same thing was happening when I needed time in my business to get back to clients, or to launch my education, or to create my education. I actually found it really hard to ask my husband for his support. And his support I needed was to allow me the space during the week where I could implement those things and take action in my business and actually move the needle forward in my business so that I could create the vision that I had for my business. Because during the week, what happened was that I fell into client work. And then if I wasn't working with my clients, I was mumming, and I didn't have time in my week to actually implement what I needed to grow my business further. It wasn't until I actually started to become a tiger with my time and start asking for my needs that things started to change. So when I started to ask for my needs and share that with my husband, it was in that I started to get more space and time in my week where I could start to plan my goals for the week and start to manage my time better, manage the tasks that I needed to get done better, and manage the tasks on a day-to-day basis. The more I became a tiger with my time, the more I became ruthless with my needs, the more I started to get more growth in my business. And the best part is I used to think that I was an absolute asshole for doing this, right? I used to think, oh my fucking God, Kayla, are you kidding me? You've just told that client no, and you're possibly an absolute bitch right now. Like, you just put your needs first before that client. Honestly, I felt so selfish. And then it made me realize the more I'm a tiger around my time and my boundaries, the more happier I am, because I'm able to be present for the tasks that I'm doing. So say, for example, in my week, my weekends are, babies now. My world has changed a little bit. I'm now working full-time during the week, and then weekends are dedicated to my babies. So now that they're at school, I'm even more of a tiger around my weekends. I love spending my weekends with my babies, and it will take a lot for me to take on a wedding now, because I'm working Monday to Friday, and it will take a lot for me to actually be away from my babies on a Saturday. Because I have these boundaries in place, because I'm a tiger around my time, I now am so much more present with my babies. I don't sit there and think about work when I'm with my babies, because my systems are looking after me. My team is looking after our business. And ultimately, when I've got my systems and my team in place, and I've got all of the time through the week because I'm managing my business more effectively, I am able to be more present with my babies. I never had that when I wasn't managing my time properly. I never had that when I didn't value my boundaries. I never had that when I wasn't valuing my tiger time. I never had it when I didn't value what my needs were in business. When I was really reactive to my business, I found that I would be present with my babies, but I would be half trying to respond to an email or a client or thinking about what I needed to do tomorrow. And it was just like, I really wasn't present and I wasn't spending quality time with my babies. So ultimately, what I've learned now is that becoming a tiger around my time is actually creating the most incredible, most divine presence with my babies, with my family, with myself, and with my business, and with my clients. Because by respecting and valuing what my needs are, my family's needs are, I'm also respecting and valuing what my clients' needs are. It means that I'm able to show up and give them 100% when I'm with them. It means that when I'm with my babies, I'm able to show up and give them 100%. It means that when I'm working on my business, I'm able to show up and give that 100%. And ultimately, that is the secret to getting more done in less time. Thank you for joining me today, gorgeous. If you're loving this episode, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could take a screenshot, share, and tag me in all of your socials. I love seeing this podcast reach as many ears because I want to help so many women access more time, more revenue, more growth in their business without sacrifice. This is my absolute goal for this podcast. So don't forget to hit subscribe or follow and leave an epic 5-star review, because for every review, you will receive free access to my Ignite Master Course, which was worth $2,991. So Ignite was a 3-hour business growth conversation to help you overcome your challenges, accelerate your business, and implement strategies that will help you to access more revenue, more time, and more growth, and help you to create the lifestyle and business of your dreams in the next 12 months. For every review, I will send you through access for Ignite Master Course. This is insanely epic. So once you've left your review, send me a DM with the word Ignite, and I'll send you through your discount code so you can access Ignite for free, gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you in the next episode.